Good morning, children. I welcome you all to the next video of class 11 business studies. We have already started with the third chapter, that is private, public and global enterprises, and this is the second part that we are going to continue in this video. We are going to start with public corporation today. Okay. A statutory corporation or public corporation is a body corporate formed by a special act of parliament or by the central or state legislature. It is fully financed by the government. Its powers, objects, limitations, etc. are also decided by the act of legislature. For example, Indian Airlines, then Air India, State Bank of India, Life Insurance Corporation of India, Food Corporation of India, Oil and Natural Gas Corporation, etc. These are all the examples of public corporations. Okay. Now we move on to the features of public corporations. So first feature we are going to talk about. The main feature or characteristic is it is created by an act of parliament or central or state legislature. Second, the powers, objectives and limitations of public corporation are defined in the act only. Then it operates under total control of central or state government. Then it is a separate legal entity. It's get incorporated automatically when act is passed in the parliament. Then it is managed by the board of directors who are nominated by the government also. Then the public corporation has its own rules of recruitment and remuneration for its staff and employees also. Okay. Then next, it enjoys administrative autonomy as it is relatively free from political interference. The main motive of any public corporation is service to general public. It is accountable to parliament or state legislature for its operation. It has to submit its annual reports on its working also. Then the accounts of public corporation are generally audited by the auditors general. Okay. Then we are going to talk about the merits. What are the advantages of public corporation? So first is administrative autonomy. What is that? A public corporation is able to manage its affairs with independence and flexibility. Then second, quick decision. A public corporation is relatively free from red tapeism, as we were talking about in the last video, as there is less file work and less formalities to be completed before taking any of the decisions. Then third is service motive. The activities of public corporation are discussed in parliament. So this ensures protection of public interest also. Then fourth is efficient staff. The public corporation can have their own rules and regulations regarding remunerations and recruitment of employees. So it can provide better facilities and attractive terms of services to staff to secure efficient working from its staff. Then move on to the next one, that is professional management. What is that? Its board of directors consists of business experts and also the representatives of various groups such as labor, consumers nominated by the government. As it has some merits, it has some disadvantages too. So what are its disadvantages? First is autonomy on paper only. The autonomy and flexibility of public corporation is only for namesake. Practically, ministers, government officials and political parties often interfere with the working of these corporations. Okay, most of the time it happens. Then next is lack of initiative. What does that mean? That public corporations do not have to face any competition and are not guided by profit motive also. So the employees do not make or take any initiative to increase the profit and reduce loss. The losses of public corporation are made good by the government itself. Then third, it is rigid structure. What does that mean? The objects and powers of public corporations are defined by the act, and these can be amended only by amending the statute or the act. Amending the act is a time consuming and complicated task also. So that is why it is also known as rigid structure. Then fourth, unfair practices. The governing board of a public corporation may indulge in unfair practices also. That is, it may charge unduly high price to cover up inefficiency. Okay, so these are the basic demerits of public corporation. Now, the public corporation can be suitable for, or we are going to talk about the suitability. So what will be there? First, where undertakings require monopoly power. Okay, monopoly power, only the power in one hand. Okay, where undertakings require special powers, that is defined by the act. Okay, then third, where undertakings require regular grants from the government also. Then fourth, it can be where the undertaking require appropriate combination of public accountability and operational autonomy also. Okay, we can discuss about public corporation through one case study also. Take an example with enactment of LIC Act 1956, an autonomous body, that is Life Insurance Corporation of India, was formed. The act defines its powers, its duties and its functions also. It has a separate legal entity also. It is fully owned by government. It has independent financial policy and can raise funds by borrowing from public and government also. Okay. However, it is not subject to any budgetary accounting or audit control like railways. When we were talking about railway, it was an example of departmental undertaking. So its annual reports, when we are talking about Life Insurance Corporation of India, its annual report is presented in Parliament every year. Now what they are asking? Name and type of public sector enterprise referred in the above case. So Life Insurance Corporation, I have already given you the example when we were talking about public corporation or statutory corporation. Okay, so this is an example of public corporation. Second, what are they asking? They are asking, name the act under which it is formed. It is given in the question itself that LIC Act was formed in 1956. Then name any other statutory corporation. So I have already given you the example of other statutory corporation. It can be Indian Airlines also, Air India, State Bank of India, then Food Corporation of India, Oil and Natural Gas Corporation also. Okay, you can give any example. Then what are they asking? The next thing is state two features of statutory corporation mentioned above. We are not talking in journal, we are talking regarding this particular case study. So they have already mentioned that it is a separate legal entity. They have given now that it is a separate legal entity fully owned by the government and independent financial policy it has and can raise funds by borrowing from public and government. The second feature that mentioned in the above paragraph can be financial autonomy. Okay, so these type of case study can be solved accordingly. Now what you are going to do, you are going to prepare the notes regarding the second topic, that is public corporation or statutory corporation. In that you are going to write down what is public corporation, then features of it, then merits, then about the demerits, and then you are going to talk about its suitability. Okay, in the next video we are going to continue with the third type of public sector enterprise, that is government companies. Okay, so up till then you take care and goodbye children.